Hi guys, it's Marion from Attire and Beyond in Highland, New York, where we sell pre-loved and new clothing and gifts. And I am coming to you with the next chapter of Anyone Can Live a Happier Life. We last finished off with Rich Barnes' journey of alcoholism and addiction and how he got through that and with flying colors. That doesn't mean it was easy. It wasn't easy at all. You'll have to go back and watch it. Really is inspiring to anybody who's trying to do anything. This chapter is integrity. What if you lived every day in integrity? How would that make you feel? I do my best to live in my integrity, and when I do not, it has negative effects that I will share with you in this chapter. Every day I get better and better at it. If I can do it, anyone can. Okay, guys, I'm going to get all relaxed here. I didn't have a lot of sleep last night. Whenever you do anything, act as if all the world were watching. Thomas Jefferson quote. Integrity is very important to me in life as I grow and mature. Integrity to others, integrity to myself. The meaning of the word and what it represents may be different for you than it is for me. For me, it means honesty, being truthful to the inner and outer me, being sincere and reliable to others. When I am out of integrity with myself or anyone else, I do not feel good about anything. Here's a story that explains what integrity means to me. My sister, who is my closest family member, had to go into the hospital for surgery while I was working in an office, and I truly wanted to be there for her. She's always been a sister, second mom, and friend. I sometimes take that for granted, as we sometimes do with people we are close to. I love her to death and want to be there for her in life as she has been for me so many times. This was definitely a very busy office, and they needed their employees to be there. But for me, family always came and comes first. On the day of my sister's surgery, I couldn't be there to drive her to the hospital, so I asked her to drive herself. Hair again, sorry. That killed me inside, and I'm not really sure how it made her feel. I went and picked up her car for her with a friend, and I also brought her home, but I couldn't be present during the actual surgery. I shouldn't say I couldn't, because I have choices in life. I chose to be at work. It was a new job, and I didn't want to let my bosses down or get fired. I truly think they would have fired me because I knew how strict they were about taking time off. Oh, what a crazy office this was. It was a new job. Okay, I just said that. This is my sister, and I needed to be there for her, even though she said she didn't care. I cared. Not being in integrity, I got angry, frustrated, and sad. I found myself shouting out loud when alone over the stupidest things. I do not do this. I could not call my sister back immediately when she called from the hospital. I was very upset and disturbed by this. I do not take home life into work, but I now realize that is because I have always lived in my truth. This was so out of my integrity that it was making me sad, mad, and a tad bit frustrated. My heart didn't feel right, and that is what integrity is to me. My heart has to feel good. I have to feel as if I am doing right for myself and others. I decided to figure out what I need to do to support myself in being the me I want to be on a daily basis. I knew I had to work for a living and needed to be there for my fellow coworkers, especially being in a small office. But whenever I move away from my heart center, my foundation, the central part of my being, I feel awful. So, what do I and you do when life is happening around us and we can't be who we really want to be? Here is the question I asked myself. Self, am I living my life or is it living me? Wow, that was a big one. A part of it was living me. So, why is that? What was I afraid of? Not being able to afford to live? I needed the money to support myself and my two furry kids. That is the fear, and a very realistic one. So, what do I do in a case like that? These are all the things we have to figure out individually. It will be different for each and every one of us. What is being out of integrity to you? When I asked my friends what being out of integrity is, they answered lying, stealing, or cheating. Since I grew into a person who prides myself on being the best person I can be, for me, it is not following my heart. And of course, not doing any of those things either. Was I always in integrity in my past? No, but that is not who I am now. And all that matters is now. Every single one of us approaches being in integrity in a different way. Some are afraid they won't have what they need in order to move forward. That was my dilemma. While I was at a job I truly liked, I was still out of integrity. So the price I was paying for not being there for my sister was stress, frustration, and downright being mad at me. I felt so unbalanced and out of alignment with who I worked so hard to become. This was a real energy drain on my mind, body, and soul. A great learning lesson. This is a quote from Vincent van Gogh. If you hear a voice within you say, "You cannot paint," then by all means, paint, and that voice will be silenced. It was time for me to rethink life and what I wanted from it. So I did. At least I thought I did. What is most important to me? I know family and friends, number one, no matter what. Yet, I need to work. So when a situation comes along such as this, how do I handle it? I need to find a balance in that. I feel as if I was going against my own heart, breaching a spiritual contract with my inner being. I think for me, when I follow my heart and stay in my integrity, I allow all the wonderful connectedness to a source, a higher power, the universe, God, whatever you call it, to come into my life and shine through me. Think about everyone in your life, the people who are in integrity most of the time and the ones who are not. The ones who are doing what they think is wrong or out of integrity will more than likely detach from others, either through leaving, addictions, or other types of aloofness. I know someone near and dear who is an alcoholic and drug user, and he thinks he is a miserable human being. To quote him, "I will always be miserable and I can't be the man I want to be." He truly believes that because of the addictions. I believe he has so much potential and can be anything he wants to be. He doesn't see a way out because he is not living in integrity. He is closing himself off to the wonderful life he could be living. Until he decides it is time for help, he will go through the emotions of feeling as if he does not deserve to be happy. He deserves a wonderful life. I truly hope he finds it someday. Integrity to self is the first key, and then comes integrity to others. I am not judging, nor am I putting him down at all, as addiction is very serious and he needs to find his way in his own time. I can only pray for him and send blessings, love, and hope to him each day. I hope he reads Rich's story about addiction and finding his way to happiness. Now think about your friends and family who are living in integrity. They are probably truly uplifting, and you can see the life in them, the acceptance of self, and the joy of being. My belief is when we are being true to self, we end the negative and disparaging sequences we create in our lives. When we ignore our integrity and inner feelings, we cannot live up to our full potential. That is just my thought. You may see it a different way, and that's okay. We are all individuals, yet we are all as one. But my way is not any better than yours. It is all about being true to you. Last year, on my journey back to finding myself, I discovered many enlightening new things about me, emotionally, spiritually, and in general. I want to share it with you. When speaking with others, I come across numerous distinctive things, but I never expected to encounter this. Not realizing I still was not in integrity. It's odd how, on occasion, merely a word or two from someone about a totally different subject can be a light bulb moment. Let me clarify that. I was speaking to Cynthia, and she was telling me when she was with her new client, she took off her shoes and got comfortable, and how she always gets relaxed with her clients. At that very moment, am I totally out of focus? I'm so sorry. At that very moment, I thought to myself, am I being in integrity with my clients? Am I being me? I understand having to be businesslike, but to a point. The answer was shocking. No, I was being in integrity with my words, stories, thoughts, and guidance, but not with my attire. I love that I used that word because I never knew I did or why I named my place Attire and Beyond. So that's funny. My belief was a coach needs to look professional, look the part. What should a coach look like? There is no right or wrong, too casual or too businesslike. It's all about who I am. It's about the person who is wearing the clothes, not the clothes they are wearing. The more comfortable I am when coaching, the more comfortable my clients are. The more I am standing in integrity with who I am, the better of a coach I can be. Wow, that was a big one for me. I thought back to when I was a personal trainer, and I loved wearing gym rat clothes. No offense to those in great, vibrant, wonderful gym rat clothes. I say that with the utmost respect. I was wearing top-of-the-line gym wear and sneakers to fit the part, and it was who I was at the time. Had I trained my clients in a uniform, I would not have felt like me. I created a vision board to change my attire and attitude towards who I thought I was supposed to be and who I actually was and was becoming. When coaching, I stepped out of my comfort zone and started dressing like the person I was inside, instead of who I was trying to portray. I decided to be classic yet playful in dressy pants, boots, and long sweaters. Still appropriate for business, but representing who I am. Hooray! I felt extraordinary because I was being me. It's freeing when you are truthful to yourself and others and stand in your integrity. So I find that very enlightening because I found that when I started the business here, I'm starting to become me in my attire again. So I didn't even know I got out of that me. But I'm going to think about that. All right, let's continue. I chose to add this in because I feel sometimes we think we need to, should be a certain way to depict a particular image, yet we are not being authentic, and sometimes that shows in our work and everyday interactions. There are some jobs that require us to wear certain clothes, and we are unable to change that, and that's a requirement, so it's different. I think if I had to ever wear a uniform again, if allowed, I would add some of my favorite jewelry pieces to it so I can still represent who I am. It's not just about clothes, though, it's about being you, being who you are at all times. It also goes along with the saying, stop trying to pretend you are something you are not. Allow people to embrace the true you. I think we sometimes sense people may not like us or approve when we show our true self, but it can only make us and everyone around us feel more relaxed. Unless you are a child, no one has to approve except you. We all go through the same types of things in life, and we all have fears. I believe we sometimes feel if we humble ourselves, it makes us weak. But I share all the good and the bad with everyone now because I believe it can only help others. I'm human. I'm not always Miss Positive, though I do my best to be every day. I certainly do. It has been tough the past year, but I got through it. I just taught myself to snap out of it quicker than I did in the past and change my thoughts to change my mood or attitude. Are you in integrity with your beliefs? If you get one thing from this chapter, I'm stomping on the table. Well, not stomping. Let it be this. Go out in the world today or tomorrow and be you. If there is something you have not shared for fear of feeling less than, weak, or vulnerable, and you're ready to share it, go for it. If you've been dressing a certain way just to please others and you really want to be wearing something totally different, if it's appropriate for the circumstances, your age, and your job, I had to put that in there, then change your attire. Just be you. And if you're someone who's younger watching this, just be you, but make sure you get your parents' approval. I don't want to get in trouble. You'll be totally amazed at how your attitude changes and others' attitudes change towards you. People know when you feel good about yourself. More people are attracted to individuals who have confidence than not. And I have to add this in because I don't think it's in here. And if there are some people who can't accept it, then I don't feel like they're your true friends. But that's all up to you and your family. Sometimes it just takes one minor adjustment to make a major change within. Sometimes we allow our outside to affect our inside. But remember, you must always start from within. If you are not aligned with who you really are, I believe you will never truly be happy or live the life you deserve to live. My life is one big test. In a text message to a friend, I wrote, "My life is one big test." As I am thinking, it is mostly a test of integrity. He wrote back, "All our lives are a test, Marion." This is so true. My belief deep within my heart is when we are true to ourselves, we are in alignment with a higher power. I believe God or a higher power is within every single one of us, and we are all connected. When I changed some of my ways, becoming true to myself and others, my closest friends and family did also. Sometimes I am so strong in my convictions, it is hard not to follow my lead. We are all heart-centered and we nourish one another. Do your very best to be in integrity and authentic and lead the way for others. I know you can do it. This is a quote from an American jurist, 1841 to 1935. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. That is so true. So that's the end of that title. The next that I'm going to read to you is Learning to Say No. So many of us need that. So, Learning to Say No. Next chapter, it's going to be page 142. Again, Marion from Attire and Beyond. Thank you so much if you stayed this long and listened and maybe got something from it or can tell someone else about it so they can get something from it. Look me up on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube as I am, or I'm at attireandbeyond.com, and that's it. So thanks, guys. Marion, Highland, New York. What's the name of my store? Attire and Beyond. I know I'm nuts. Bye, guys. See you soon.